Happy Friday! For our reading test this week, we're reviewing our big story for Wednesday. That was A Mountain of History. So make sure you get your name on the top. And then today's date is October 2nd, 2020. All right. So today we're going to reread, and then we're going to record the main idea and the details that support that. So, if we look at page 95 here, we're going to talk about Rushmore's birth. So, page 95, see at the bottom where it says Rushmore's birth, this is the section that we're focusing on. So, we're trying to figure out what's the main idea, and then what are details that support that. So, let's reread. An artist named Gutzon Borglum designed the monument about 80 years ago. He chose the 4 presidents. They were the symbols of our country's best qualities. George Washington led the new nation. Abraham Lincoln ended slavery. He kept the nation together during the Civil War. Thomas Jefferson helped our country grow. Theodore Roosevelt saved land for parks. These leaders stand for the first 150 years of American history. So if we think about that paragraph, what's the main idea? Well, the main idea is that Borglum chose the 4 presidents to honor American history. So, Borglum, right, that was the artist. The 4 to honor history. All right. Now for our details, we're probably just going to tell something about, I'll put this back here for in a little second, but we're going to tell about that detail. So, it was designed 80 years ago. All right, then if I'm going to summarize what those details were about the presidents, maybe I'm just going to pick one of them for that detail. So let's pick Abraham Lincoln. So Lincoln ended slavery. All right. Let's pick another one. Jefferson helped our country grow. Now, these are not the only 3 details. You could have also had something about some of the other presidents. You could have had something about George Washington or about Theodore Roosevelt. All right? If you're not done writing this down, press pause because I'm moving on to the second part. Page 96, carving a monument. So I'm looking right here, carving a monument. Let's reread. Creating Mount Rushmore was a big job. First, the artist made small models of faces. He used them to guide the workers. The workers used dynamite to carefully blast away the rock. Then, they used tools to carve the faces into the massive mountain. 400 people worked for 14 years to finish the grand sculpture. The monument cost almost $1 million. Well, a lot of times, our main idea is going to come first in our paragraph. So we have it right here. Creating Mount Rushmore was a big job. So I'm actually even going to change that to carving. So our main idea was carving Mount Rushmore was a big job. Now, feel free to use any details from this paragraph that support that. So, like for my first detail, I might say, first the artist made small models, right? I can take it right out of that paragraph. All right, find 2, sorry, this is an M. Find 2 other details that support that. And then you're going to do the last one by yourself. So it says, think big. That would be right here. Just how big are the faces on Mount Rushmore? Really big. The faces of the presidents are 60 feet tall. That is as tall as a 6th floor building. Their noses are 20 feet long, and their mouths are 11 feet wide. So what's the main idea of the think big paragraph? Then find 3 details to support that. Please make sure that you guys do all of this work. I notice some students are just doing what I do in the video. All of this is your work, right? This is how I tell if you get it or not by what you can show me you can do on the part that we don't do together. When you're done with that, go ahead and flip it over. On the back, we've got some review of our strategies. Our first one is multiple meaning words. Use context clues to define these multiple meaning words. So, blast. What does it mean in the text? Well, in the text, right, it meant that they were going to blast away the rock. So in the text, it means explode. Now, what's another meaning of that word? What else can you say? Man, I had a blast during math class today. Does that mean I exploded during math class today? No. If you have a blast, it can also mean to have fun. All right? Do the same thing for traces. Remember traces on page 97 is right here. So they can find traces of Native American life long ago. What does that mean? And then what would be another meaning of that? What else could mean traces that's not actually, that's not the same meaning, it's a different meaning? When you're done with that, next you've got our genre. Our genre says, how can you tell this is an expository text? Remember, expository texts give facts and details, give information about a subject. They're true. So how can you tell what we just read was an expository text? Next one, what can you learn from visiting landmarks? Right, that's our essential question for this week. So focus on that. Try to fill up at least half the lines. What can you learn from visiting landmarks? Think about Mount Rushmore. Think about the Grand Canyon. Could even think about what we talked about yesterday with the Smoky Mountains and the Statue of Liberty. And then the last part is your vocab. Choose 3 of the highlighted words from the text and complete the chart. So, in the text, any of them that are highlighted are that. So, for here, you could have massive, grand. Any of those yellow words work. Massive, definition, what does it mean? It carved the faces into the massive mountain. It means huge or big. Right, so find 2 more words there to put in our vocab section at the bottom. Make sure you have everything done on this sheet. I helped you on a lot of it, but your entire sheet is your assignment for today. When you're done, put it in your Friday folder and make sure you check it off your weekly checklist.